How do I do that? Oh, shucks, Spice, you got some music going on. That's a hard time. Okay, okay. Hello, hello, everyone. Look at that. Spice is so magnificent. I want to thank you all for joining uh, Wellness Wednesday, Wellness City, Next Level Radio. Shout out to Next Level Radio, our CEO, Nate the Great, and also Taz Podcast. Um, Today is our co host, Black Diamond's official birthday, March the 11th, and we've been sending birthday wishes out to her all day. We actually started last night at Sea Crab and then Fast Eddie's, and now today everyone is going to meet her this afternoon. However, I am here. And I was actually on the way to the studio, but it was so much traffic leaving MVA. It was impossible for me to be there and start on time. So I want to thank Spice for getting me set up and getting me in on the yard. And I appreciate this so much because we can always have a show. We can always have a show, whether I'm in town, out of town. That has been proven through. That has been proven through. Go this way. That has been proven through several encounters that has transpired so far. Me being in New York and me being here. Can you hear me, Spice? Can they hear me? I hope you all can hear me. Anyway, I'm gonna give you a wellness Wednesday disclaimer. This information that you're hearing tonight is information that we are sharing for information purposes. It's based upon opinions, personal opinions, and some facts. If it's something about this information that you do not have no understanding of, you can do your own personal research, or you can get in contact with anyone that's on the network. They can contact me, or you can send me a message and I can help you to figure that out. We are not here to cause harm. We are here to help, inspire, and seek goodness and throughout the land. Okay. Again, we are here to help, inspire, empower um, as we put messages out throughout this broadcast. Okay, so thank you all again for joining us. The speaker for today, I guess speaker, he had an emergency and I didn't even post his post the poster and the picture and everything because he called at the same time that I was about to post. So that's good. I didn't get a chance to, but hopefully he'll be joining us again. And I just want to say that life is showing up for, I'm quite sure, all of us right now. Life is showing up for everyone right now. So it doesn't matter to me what place, what stance, what condition you in, life is showing up. You know, life is showing up and it's knocking on our doors. Um, we're in the last 10 days of Ramadan. We're seeking, Ramadan is seeking to be over actually next week. Not sure if it's the 18th or the 19th, but I'm quite sure everybody will be informed because it's been all over the internet. People fasting, things of that nature. Also, um, this month is also my dad's birthday. So I believe I may be coming on and doing a live on that day. Maybe not necessarily on I'm not sure what platform yet. Uh, but my dad's birthday is in March, and I am so grateful for him. I'm actually still was taking care of some business today. That's the reason why I was actually where I was today. And it's ironic because at the MVA today, I'm at the counter. My number was C566. For all y'all number players, the number was C566, right? And when I got to the counter, the young lady was she was like on her phone, right? And I know we all y'all know we definitely in a different type of world of society where we at work and we on our phone all the time. You see us with earbuds in our ears and things of that nature. And we are just really consumed with so many different things that go on in our life in a just of a day. You know what I mean? In one day, you'd be surprised how much someone is, you know, dealing with whatever it is that they dealing with, you know. So anyway, making a long story short, by the time I got there, but I'm gonna read the wellness note second. But when I need to memorize it too. I'm trying to see if I can memorize it so I can say it like right off of my tip, right off the tip of my tongue. Anyway, making a long story short, um so when I sat there, it's Ramadan sun up, and everything. So, we are nobody is perfect, and this is the month also where they say the shaitan, which is the devil, they say is locked up, right? So meaning that you can't say, oh, that's the devil, oh, that's the devil. Nobody nobody, it is you. So I'm sitting there, I waited, and then she acknowledged me and everything. And the craziest thing happened. Well, I'm not gonna say it was crazy. It was meant. It was written. It was meant to happen. Um, when I presented the paperwork to her, she saw my dad's name and she saw my ID. So she said, "Well, where's your dad?" And I didn't say anything. I just passed her the other paper that I had from the courthouse, the estate's paperwork, right? And when I tell you all that, she was like, "Oh my goodness." She say, "Sorry for your loss. I just lost my father Friday." Look at the law. Look at the law. Look at the law. Look at the law. He's sitting me, the therapist, Dr. Lees, he's sitting me in front of someone who's dealing with what? Grief and loss. She lost her dad. I said, okay, Allah, here I am. You got me, you got me again. I just got homework. You got me again. And so we got to talking, you know, and she started crying. I should have got her name and sent her a shout out too. Um, I didn't even get her name. I don't know if her name was Chris. I don't remember, but I didn't get her name. But anyway, making a long story short, she started crying. And she's at work, and I'm the person that's in need of services, right? But she's crying, and I'm providing her service. Look at the law. Look at the law. Look at the law. So I say to her, I said, I understand. I told her, I said, honey, I'm a daddy's girl. She said she was a dad. She's a daddy's girl too. I said, my mother been gone a long time. She said, my mother been gone a long time. It's so long she been gone. She over 20 years. I said, so we got something in common. And I said, look at this. So I sat there. She wiped her face. And I told her, I said, grief is something that you don't recover from. Number one. And I told her, I said, I'm a therapist. I work in mental health. And I counsel pretty much for a living. And I told her that if there's any services that she needed, video assistance, I could extend my, services to her. And I asked her if she had support, and she does. She have her mother-in-law. So I believe I didn't ask her about her husband. I know she's a mother-in-law. She has her sister-in-law. So she has support, which is a good thing to have somebody to support you. So she also said that she took off when it happened the first 2 days, and then she was like, when you're preparing for services for a funeral service or memorial service, whatever the case may be, it just don't happen the next day. So you have to make arrangements with either the funeral home, the church, the mosque, whatever the case may be, and that time is a wait time. You have to make sure you can get an appointment. The time have to be right. And so I understand where she was at, because I did the same thing. And so I told her, I said, well, I was off work, and then I went back to work too, but then I was off, and I told her that I had applied for FMLA, which is Family Medical Leave Act. So that's the protection that you need when you're taking off and dealing with grief, dealing with adoption, dealing with surgery, anything medical. It's best to, whether you got leave or not, and I have leave, so I was able to use that, but it kind of protect you when something may happen. You might be at work and all of a sudden you think about your father and you just start crying and can't work. You'd be like, oh, I gotta leave. And that may happen a couple of times, and so you have protection where no one could, say anything to you in reference or deny your leave, number one. So that's a good thing too. So she said that she applied for that, or she was going to look into it, I believe. And so just amazingly, I am at the MVA to take care of some things with Daddy's and one of his vehicles, and I'm sitting there not knowing what I'm in store for. I'm thinking I'm gonna be sitting there filling out some papers, but in the meantime, I ended up giving and inspiring somebody and giving them hope. Okay. And that's what we need so much right now. We need hope. Some of us need a hug so bad. Some of us need to cry so hard. Some of us need to ask Allah for forgiveness so bad. Because as we look around and we see what's going on in the world right now, some people may say, oh, that don't affect us. Yes, it does. We're at war. This thing got my face looking fat, y'all, but it's actually the way this thing tied on here. Because my face is not fat. But yeah. See, this is my go-to right here. This don't get a little too much. I'm like, oh, I done gained some weight. But no, this is actually tied up. I got it tied up, so it's making it pulling up. It's like, oh, that's like a double chin. No double chins. We're not doing double chins. We're not doing a whole lot of weight gain. I got all track a little bit because I just thought about something, but I'm going to come back to that. But anyway, we're in a time where the war is affecting us, okay? It's affecting gas prices for those that have to drive back and forth to work, for those that's doing Uber, for those that's doing DoorDash, for those that's doing delivery, whatever the case may be. It's affecting us. People are, seeing stuff like that on the news. Some people don't take death good. So whether it's somebody you know or not know, just knowing that lives are being taken, for some of those people that have that has a remorseful heart, you feel a certain type of way. Someone that is empathetic, okay? Someone who has empathy, okay? Sympathy and empathy are two different things, okay? Sympathy, you feel it. Empathy, you don't. Real simple. That's the best way to break down that definition. Sympathy, you feel the loss. Empathy, you don't feel nothing, okay? And so we're living in this time, You can go on social media, you can see all the drama, all the mess, all the confusion, all the immoralities uh, of things that's happening in society. You know, you could just walk outside and be in traffic, or you could just be in a store and you could just see the different time. Okay. And when I say time, I'm actually speaking about the era of life. Like, this is a different era from which I come from. And some of the people that's my age and my group, we were pretty much raised the same. Pretty much like it took a village to raise us. I remember, the family, and I've talked about this before. The family was mom and dad. It wasn't a lot of people in my neighborhood who did not have their father. Oshana had her parents, Charlie Buck and Miss Nita. Sandra had her parents, Louise and Andrew. These people are Mr. Andrew too. Rest in peace to Louise and Andrew. Murray and Gilbert. My brother parents and my parents. So we came from a two-parent household. So, and if you did not have a dad, you had a really strong grandmother, or you had an uncle. It was somebody, or you just had the neighborhood too. Because I remember Ramona, I'ma always remember that in my heart, being a little girl, and we couldn't even be grown around some of the big girls that was in our neighborhood, and I remember Ramona, like, I can just see her face checking us one time as little girls. I think we was being fast or something with some little boys, and they was like, girl, get from over there out there, get from behind that building, come around here. Y'all come around here so somebody can see y'all. We sneaking and stuff. So, and we came around. We didn't cuss and fuss and talk back, and and I told a story the other day about my mom. Rest in peace, Mom. I love you so much. Rest in peace. I was so fearful of my mother. My son has a level of fear, but not as much as I had over my mother. My mother had so much fear over me that when I was like 12, I believe, we went to Landover Mall, and I had I had a piercing put in my ear. My first hole, my mother put my hole in my pierced my ears. I'm sorry, I said put my hole. My mother pierced my ear at 5th and O Street Northwest at my aunt's Nita house. Rest in peace, Aunt Nita Frenchie. Shout out to my Aunt Frenchie. And it was with the needle. I'm sorry, it was with a safety pin, I believe, but it was burnt, right? And they had the ice and the Vaseline and like a string. I remember that much. I got my ears pierced with my mom and my aunt. But get a certain age, we feel ourselves, and y'all know teenagers feel themselves just like males go through it too. And I went to the mall to get my ears pierced, without my mother's permission. And the era that I come from, you couldn't do nothing without your parents' permission. And if you did, you got in trouble for it. And so it wasn't no questioning and asking and all that type of stuff. Anyway, make a long story short, what I'm trying to say is that I ended up getting my ears pierced and came home and, everything, thinking my mother wouldn't notice it. You know how we think we slick, right? I'm thinking that my mother wouldn't notice it, and she did. And she made me take the earrings out of my ear. She told me I couldn't wear them. I got punished for it, and I got a little spanking. My mother didn't play with me at all. Like, I'm so grateful to Allah. I don't have no daughters. Oh my God, I ain't even trying to be funny. I love girls. I am so grateful. I can look in this camera. I am so grateful that I don't have no daughters. Alhamdulillah, Allah bless me. Allah really blessed me, but He know I probably need to have. I'm so glad because my mother did not play with me at all. Audrey did not play with me at all. I don't remember her getting a belt. Whatever she had in her hand, and 9 times out of 10, it was her fist or her hand down my back, across my lip, talking about, But anyway, people look at that, and my son and I had a conversation about it. My son said I was abusive and I was abused. Him and our era is definitely different. Like he asks a lot of questions, and he explained things, and you know communication, and how they teach you now to let them express itself, and let them say what it needs to say, let them express itself. So he was a child that I learned too, because I was in school getting my master's degree with my son. So I had professors and a lot of the doctors and the professors at school to help me, because a lot of that stuff I had to learn how to with getting a degree. I had to go back into my childhood, and I had to talk about my adulthood and my son and stuff like that. So it kind of helped me. Anyway, I'm saying that to say that she took the earrings on my ear, y'all, and believe it or not, I just put a second start wearing piercing in my second hole maybe about 5 or 6 years ago. That hole never closed up. It never closed up. Never closed up. She put the string in there and the Vaseline so that it wouldn't get some type of infection. I remember a little bit, something about keloid or something like that. But anyway, she had that much fear in me all them years, and she been gone. She been gone all them years, and I still didn't put that earring. And and I just believe that I didn't put the earring in there because I just knew that it was wrong and I wasn't supposed to have it. But I'm grown now, you know what I mean? I'm just saying that some of the stuff that I went through as a child made me who I am today as an excuse me, excuse me, as an adult. And that was healthy fear. Same thing with my dad. My dad spanked me one time, and he never had to spank me again. Even today, he's gone, and there's certain things, there's certain standards that I continue to live by because of, excuse me, because of the way that I was reared with my parents. Respect your elders. I never drank or anything, did no drugs or nothing like that with my parents. It was a difference. It was a level of respect. I didn't, like I said, I didn't curse. We couldn't play with. I didn't play with my parents. I mean, like some of the stuff I see on TikTok with the kids playing with their parents and doing jokes and stuff like that. I mean, I guess it's cute and funny, and people are also using TikTok now as a way, or these social medias, to make money, from what I'm understanding. And so I can get the skits and stuff like that. And it's just a different time. And I'm learning, you know what I mean? I'm learning and getting with it. Cause I was with my son today. Him and I was together today earlier. And we were taking care of some business. And a young lady was like, oh, I said, well, I'm waiting on someone. And I never said who I was waiting on. I just said I'm waiting on someone. And she was like, okay, when your friend get here, such, such, such. And I never said who he was. And when he came, I just went opening the door for him, and we got to walking around. And I cracked a joke. I was like, he looks scary, don't he? And the lady, like that, just cracked a joke, right? And then the young lady, she was like, no, he don't look scary. Why you say that? Because he got wicks. And she has the locks on her head. So they was laughing and identifying with each other and stuff like that. And I was there like, okay, yeah, this is cool. Because you do have to have a level of comfortability with your kids so that they can talk to you and tell you what's going on with them. And that's one of the things that I learned in school. Shout out to Lincoln University, Pennsylvania. I am a Lincolnite. Master's degree, graduated from Lincoln University. That's also the school that Langston Hughes. It's an HBCU. And I'm so grateful for that. Yeah. So we are learning and how to manipulate and move in this era that we're in. And we're actually in an era where there is several generations that's here. You got the baby boomer, I believe. Right. We still got baby boomers. Yeah, we got baby boomers. We have the baby boomers. We got the generation X, Y, millennium. I don't know what the next one is. So don't quote me everything, but you can actually Google if you like what generation are we in, and you can Google baby boomer, you can Google generation X, you can Google generation Y. I believe my son is even I believe my son is a no, I believe, and they got millenniums. I believe my son, the 2000 babies, I believe are millenniums, the ones that was born in 2000. So you got, I know the baby boomer, right? Generation X. Baby boomers be my parents. I think they was born like in 1945. They're like 78. Okay, so you got the baby boomers, you got Generation X, you got the Y generation, and you have the millennium generation. So that's the four that I know like right off the top of my head. But you can always Google and ask what generation, and then inside that you could see what your age is. You know, go according to your age range. You know, what year you was born. Basically, that's conclusion generation, and then it talks about what was going on in that era, like what was, you know, pretty much going on in the era. And I believe in my era. I'm gonna tell you something, y'all. I think my era was the best era. I think my era was the best era. When you look at us, like me and some we come out the same era. Me and Trace, me and Keisha, like all of us, Teresa, like all of us are, you know, the women are stern. You know, they're educated, or they know how to, you know, they have some type of grace with them. You know, they know how to um, be flexible. You know, I don't. You know, the men. Some of the men are real hard workers. I mean, the generation that, I mean, I just was with James last night. Y'all know that's my best friend. Shout out to him. I seen him last night. He was out for at Sea Crab over there with Teresa and everything. And just James, Terry, just all of us, Dirty, all of us, Tasha, his wife, like Dirty's wife, like all of us. And a lot of us, a lot of the people from my generation are still alive, and they look good. They look younger than what they actually are. Shout out to Minnie, Lewis, Carlton, all the elementary, all the elementary friends and students and classmates that I went to school and stuff with. Right, all of us are successful, and you know, and it's also now we're talking about wellness. Look into what foods were cooked and what milk and stuff intake. Intake makes a difference, because my son was breastfed, right? Jeffrey was very smart. I had a lot of different people helping me, and I took suggestions. Okay, and that's another thing I want to talk about here tonight. Remaining open-minded is what I want to say. Meaning, if someone give you a suggestion about something, and especially if you ask for, can you help me with this? Right, that's asking for, right? If someone give you a suggestion to be like, okay, well, I suggest that you walk this way. I suggest that you talk this way. I suggest that you do this way. And no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Don't even ask. Okay. And that was one of my prayers during Ramadan this year, was I asked Allah to help me to not one of the prayers was the one that I'm gonna tell y'all now is the one that I'm gonna say. I asked Allah to help me to remain open-minded, meaning help me to remain teachable. Right? Teachable, meaning, and my dad used to say it too, when you're in a group and you're the smartest in the group, you need a new group. And for a long time I didn't understand what that meant, but now I really do. And I'm gonna say it again. If you are the smartest one in your group, you need a new group. That's what my dad used to tell me. And I understand very much what that means, right? Because I can't be the smartest one, because then how am I learning? Who's teaching me? So I need to remain teachable, right? And that is, and remain open minded. And so, like I said, this Ramadan has really been fulfilling for me, and has brought me some clarity of some things. It has exposed some things. It always does. Ramadan always exposes some things. Whenever you're fasting and you're seeking your Lord, and you're denying yourself, and you're compromising, and you're taking certain sacrifices for your Lord, you're gonna feel different. You're gonna think differently. You're gonna want different. You're gonna, if you're in tune, right? If you have some sympathy, you're going to want to embrace yourself, and you're going to want to say, you know what, I need to change this. This is something about me that I need to work on. And I've been getting a lot of help too. People have been helping me a lot. I got some information about prayer at the masjid, and just some things that I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know about praying behind a man, and being silent, stuff like that. That's certain things that when you're in a congregation and he's not your family. So it's different things that I didn't know, even in my den. And life is a process. As long as we're here, we're still learning and gaining to grow abundant. So yeah, so I got a chance to learn that. And then if you're coming in and join the prayer, after the task out, to continue praying. So people that's Muslim know what I'm talking about. So it's been very fulfilling. Okay, so but back to the conversation at hand. And the conversation at hand today is, for Wellness Wednesday. We're pretty much speaking in general in reference to our stance. Our stance, meaning our personal stance, our condition, our way of life, our condition. How are we? Our personal condition. Are we angry? Are we hungry? Are we lonely? Are we sad? Are we happy? Are we resentful? Are we forgiving? Are we loving? Are we kind? Are we hateful? Are we evil? Are we deceitful? Are we mischievous? Are we manipulative? Are we lying? I mean, like, what is our state of condition? And being in society right now with a leader, okay? When I say leader, I'm speaking of the administration that we're under, right? And I know that we all are affected by something, right? But one of the things that I've learned, and I'm learning, is that it does affect us. No one can say that they're not affected by what's going on. Everybody is, regardless. I don't care if you're rich. I don't care if you're middle class. I don't care if you're in poverty. Everyone is affected by what's going on, because it's definitely a domino effect, right? And our head is supposed to be the leader, right? Our leader is supposed to be the person that forms the environment, okay? The person that forms the environment. And so right now, it's looking like our environment has been toxic. Our environment has been manipulative. Our environment has been unmorally. Our environment has been deceitful, similar to manipulative. Our environment has been hostile, right? And it has been sad. It has been sad. It has really been sad. And in the midst of all of that, though, right, we as a people, we are responsible for our well-being in the midst of it all. So there's an ayat in the Quran that speaks about hardship, and I may post it tomorrow. But it states after every hardship comes ease, a relief, right? Come ease, meaning it's hard. It hurts so bad. It feels so bad. It's like, oh my goodness, when am I gonna get through this feeling? I just don't want to feel like this no more, right? I just don't want to feel like this no more, right? And you just can't get rid of it. It's a process. You got to actually go through it, you know? You can't take no medicine for it. You can't drink to it. You can't sex to it. You can't dance to it. You can't sing to it. You know what I mean? You know, all those things can be a temporary fix. However, it it does not, it does not end the process. You still have to pretty much go through the process. Okay, you got to go through the process of change. You got to go through the process of pain. You got to go through the process. And so that's the hardship. You know, people have lost their income and not getting income. And some people have people I've been, you know, and I actually work in the social service field. So I deal with human behavior every day. And some people are really saddened and they have lost their way. It's almost like what's going on now has affected them. Um, and some of it is appearing not to be short term. And so my goal when I communicate and I am in service with people, I tell them right away, this is not the end. This is, you know, this is not the end. This could be very well the beginning, you know, depending on how you strive and how you take this information and what you do with it, you know, because so much can happen. One thing after another, one thing after another, one thing after 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 no, 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 no. And all of a sudden you're trying to figure out, okay, well, I'm sleeping a lot, or I'm not as happy, I'm not smiling, I'm not as motivated. And it's because things have piled up without resolving them, you know, or without just having faith to know that this too shall pass. It's not going to always be like that. So, and in the midst of going through things, sometimes you just got to self talk. You got to talk yourself out of it. You got to talk yourself through it. Like, okay, you know, he loved me. We just not going to be able to make it right now. That's just, you know, whatever the case may be. She loved me. We just not here right now. So let's just give us some time. Or this situation happened for me, you know, to find me another job, whatever the case may be, or my hair is, you know, falling out now. I'm gonna take this time and I'm gonna work on it and find a ways to help it to grow, you know, whatever the case may be. Or I'm not a bad person, I'm a good person. I feel I can change. Self-talk, you know, inspirational self-talk, right? And so going back to the era, so children are our next um, legacy, or the next generation to run the world and the country and stuff like that. I'm gonna be honest. Excuse me. I'm gonna be very honest. So it's about to. I'm about to end. Fast is about to break. I mean, Ramadan. Yeah, I'm gonna say Ramadan fast is about to break. I'm sitting here seeing that the sun is coming down, and I'm looking at the time. Anyway, I don't know what and where we're going. Only Allah knows, right? And I would love to, you know, be here a long time to see, you know, um, like my dad left here 78, my grandmother 88. So to see, you know, my father got a chance to see a black president. You know, when I was a little girl, I asked my mother, why we don't have a black president? My mother was like, it's a White House, not a black house. Orchard was not playing. Orchard was something else. But anyway, I was able to see a black president. You know what I mean? So I've been able to see some things change. But I also been able to see some things that have changed that's not good. And so I'm gonna say this. before I started practicing Islam, everybody know that I practice Christianity. My family, Baptist, Christian, whatever the case may be. And I used to go to several churches. I was a part of the Morning Star with Sugar Bear grandmother Gregory. That's his real name from EU. Sugar Bear Gregory. That's that Morning Star. Pastor Charles. I think pastor name was Charles Johnson or Barbas or something like that. That was a non-denominational church. No, I'm sorry. That was a holiness church. And there they had you turn for the Holy Ghost, right? Then I ended up um at what was the second church? Oh, Pastor Nichols was the second church on Maryland Avenue. I forgot. A Greater Morning Star. No, that was Greater Morning Star was Charles Church. Anyway, I forgot what Pastor Nichols' church was. But that was supposed to be non-denominational, but it was holy. But anyway, I'm saying that to say that Pastor Nichols, that's who I'm referring to. Maryland Avenue. Rest in peace, Pastor Nichols. She's passed on. I remember her saying, there's gonna come a time when you're not gonna be able to tell the females from the males. They're gonna have the right as being wrong and the wrong being right. She talked about the disrespect for the elderly and the world, right? I remember that. I do remember her saying they're gonna make what's wrong right and make right wrong. What is wrong, they're gonna make what's right wrong, and you ain't gonna be able to tell the males from the females. And when I tell you, my son got wicks. His head is brown hair. I mean, he's male. You can tell he male. He don't have the dom look, but you got some of these dudes and girls, they got that dom look where you can't really tell was that a girl or a boy, that type of thing. So I said that to say that that's the only person that I remember someone preaching the word or telling the world about the world and it come to pass. Like, I can really say that I've lived long enough to remember her saying that and seeing it in the world now. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow. And it's in the Quran too. It's in the Quran. It's definitely in the Quran. That's in the Quran too. So it's in the Bible and it's in the Quran. So, and it talks about disaster. It talks about the clothes coming off and, how we not dressed and stuff like that. So all that is talked about. So as I say, we're seeing it come to pass, and I'm seeing it come to pass. So, but anyway, I'm going to wrap up. I want to thank you all for coming on. I am going to read. I did say I was going to read the wellness note. Let me put it up because I want you all to have a good week in spite of. I want you all to think about some things that you want to work on and how you can help yourself and help others. Now, look, because the Creator is using you to help and make a difference in this world, because He needs all of us. He needs all of us. He needs all of us to help. He needs all of us to help make a difference. Because if it all stay the same, then nothing is going to get better. Shout out to okay, this is the wrong side. Shout out to rest in peace to Jesse Jackson and everybody else that has lost a loved one. Our prayers are with you and your family. Shout out to Stephanie. Stephanie lost her husband. They did a balloon release for her this week. You all know it's been Ramadan. Y'all know me. Y'all know how I am, especially the ones that's been doing this Ramadan with me. Y'all know I don't really be out and doing the most. For the last 2, 3, 4 years, I've been practicing a little different, and each year it gets different for me. I may shut something down. And I told Spice that I was like, yeah, Spice, I'm the sacrifice. I'm the sacrifice. I'm the sacrifice. So everybody else partying, I'm the sacrifice. I'm the one bumping the head praying. I'm the sacrifice. But yeah, I'm definitely praying for us as a whole community, and I'm praying for some of us individually. Because we're not perfect people. And believe it or not, we are hurt people. We are a hurt people. We hurt. We are people that is in pain and that's hurting. Some people still hurting from childhood trauma that they never resolved. And then they got the adulthood issues. They got, man, listen. It is so much pain, and remember, hurt people hurt people. So, and the difference when I'm hurting, I really don't seek to hurt nobody. I seek Allah so He can guide me and help me through the pain, so I won't be crazy and do nothing to hurt and harm nobody. So that's what I be doing. I be trying to pray and stay out the way and help myself, so I won't hurt nobody else. Because remember, y'all, karma. And they say karma is a Buddhist thing. Listen, well, I'm gonna say this: what goes around, come around. Okay, and what you do to others to hurt and harm, I'm talking about intentional hurts, intentional harm. Not the ones you accident. Oh, I ain't mean to do that. I'm talking about when I'm gonna go to her car and I'm gonna bust her tires out. I'm gonna call her jaw. I'm gonna try to get her fired. I'm gonna scratch her car up. I'm gonna send her these nudity pictures. I'm gonna sleep with her man and I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna sleep with his man, his girl, and I'm gonna tell him, or whatever the dudes do it too. I'm gonna call him and tell him I ain't got it, man. I'm gonna smash his girl. Y'all intentional hurt. Let me tell y'all something. Stop playing. Cause karma come and they get your kids and they get your grandkids. You be trying to figure out that why my child ain't having a successful life? Why my child can't get this and that? But why my grandkid? Come on now, and that's a lot of us is actually operating right now on some stealing some karma stuff, honey. I done prayed and asked God. I continue to ask God, deliver me from anything I did wrong, any harm that I caused anybody. Please, Lord, because I don't want no more. I don't want no karma. I done had some shared karma too. I done got plenty of my fathers. Oh my goodness. Ooh, Lord. Whew. My father was a ladies' man. For real. And he had him all the way till he died. Till he passed away. Okay, here we go right here. All right. Thank y'all again for joining us. I want to tell y'all what we did today. Wellness Wednesday is our midweek reminder to pause, breathe, and invest in your well-being. Each episode explores practical science-backed tips from mindful moments and balanced nutrition to mental clarity and stress resilience, so you can show up, energize, focus, and thrive in every area of your life. Okay? Join us weekly for actionable insights, expert interviews, and real-world strategies you can believe in, and you can weekday proof into your routine. Okay? So thank y'all for joining Wellness Wednesday. And I hope that something here tonight, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope something here tonight has helped you, has motivated you, and has empowered you and inspired you to do better. Okay. Again, thank you so much. I'm going to say again, happy birthday to Teresa. Happy birthday to Teresa. Thank you, Spice. Spice. Yes. Oh yeah. Yep. Book signing. Thank you so much. Yep. Teresa, our book signing is in Atlanta, y'all. We're going to the ATL, March the 28th. Yes. Thank you. We definitely have our cabaret. I was on live yesterday talking about it. Y'all, please get y'all tickets. Come out, bring your families out. We're going to have a good time. Get your tables. Tell a friend, bring a friend. It's at 8 p.m. Okay. That's our April the 4th, our cabaret. It's April the 4th. Our cabaret is April the 4th. And the book signing for Teresa is March the 28th in Atlanta. And she also got an event on Saturday. Just look on her page, look on our page. Y'all will see what the events are if you all care to join us. We know good vibes only, please. Okay. Taz Podcast. That's right. And we're up and on and running for tomorrow. And we actually have some events coming up too. So follow us on Taz Podcast, follow Next Level Radio, and follow YouTube, Wellness City, Dr. Lisa. Thank you all so much for joining us and coming out tonight. Good night. Assalamu alaikum. Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.